Alright, I guess I've got to be a little bit chilled out for this to work. Hello and welcome to A Rookie Learns to PvP. I'm Andreas Xyrus, your host, and in this series of videos I hope to correct my complete ineptitude at EVE Online PvP combat, and in the process help other people sharpen their skills as well. This series probably works best if you already have some familiarity with the game, because I'm going to be using a lot of terms and I'm probably not going to have very much time to explain them. So if you don't really know EVE Online very well, probably not the best series for you. Anyway, let's get down to business. I am using a ship called the Incursus. It's a Galente frigate designed for armor tanking and close-range combat. It's very fast, very effective, has bonuses to blaster damage and armor repair effectiveness. And I'm using a setup donated by a friend of mine called Milo Kaman. Thanks, Milo. This Incursus is in fact named after him. It's called Milo Kaman's idea. And as you can see, I'll just go through the fitting quickly. We have in the high slots a rack of 3 limited light neutron blaster wands. These are, I'm going to need to check what meta level they are. These are meta level 2 neutron blasters. Neutron blasters are the heaviest form of blaster. You get different sizes of them and different ranks in between. And neutron, the tier system is electron, ion, neutron, and neutron is the most damaging. It also consumes the most system resources, but I have a fairly, I have 100 million skill points, so fitting isn't really a problem. We've got, in the mid slots, we've got an experimental 1 meganewton afterburner, a J5B phased prototype warp scrambler, so this is clearly for up-close combat, and small electrochemical capacitor booster. We use cap booster 200s in these, 2 small automated carapace restorations, damage control 1, and a linear flux stabilizer 1. These are all named or tier 1, tech 1 items. This is to keep the cost of the ship down, because I know I'm going to lose this. In the rig slots, we are using a small hybrid collision accelerator and a hybrid burst aerator. That's for damage and fire rate, drive up our DPS. We've got 1 hobgoblin drone. That's because that's all you can fit in the drone bay of an Incursus, and we've got, in our cargo bay, we've got cap booster 200s and Caldari Navy antimatter. So, we're good for supplies. Let's undock. Now, another piece of advice my friend Milo gave me was on the combat overview. I'm going to remove stations from overview. I'm going to remove stargates from overview, so that all we have on our overview are ships, and we order them by distance so we can see how far away they are. The bracket profile is we've got stop hiding all brackets up here, and as you can see, the icons around the system have turned back on. We're going to turn that back off, hide all brackets, and that's found up here in the overview menu. Now we're going to warp to, obviously you'll probably be in a different system to me, but I'm going to use Austin Gell. We're going to be roaming a little bit around Placid, because you can generally get some good fights there. And I'm going to keep D-scan. We're going to type in as many 9s as we can, or 8s. 8s will do. As many 8s as we can manage to the directional scanner. We're going to set it to an angle of 360, and we're going to scan occasionally, just to see what's around us. Now I'm going to be jumping into a low-sec system here, so always assume, whenever jumping into any system, even high-sec, that you will run into someone who wants to kill you. 'It's just generally good practice. Eve, after all, does stand for everyone versus everyone. And now we're in Ostingale. And obviously we want to check out local. We want to see who's here. Now, you can show info on people, but, you know, that's... It's kind of time-consuming to go through every one. And generally in Placid, you'll find a lot of people are working for either the Gallente or the Caldari militia. They generally won't shoot you because they have more important things to worry about than random capsuleers running around. But never assume that they won't shoot you if you show up next to them. Quite a lot of pirates in the Caldari militia and in the Gallente militia. Anyway, no one seems to be particularly dangerous here, so let's go to Ngozi. You'll find yourself navigating with the right-click menu, obviously, because you don't have anything in the you don't have gates or stations in your overview. You can still select, even if the bracket isn't visible, you can still select an item in space by clicking on it. There's a capsule. I'm going to pod next to a gate, though. What have we got here? I have my overview set up so that if there's people on the if there's people with a global criminal flag, they'll show up in local. Doesn't seem like there's any particular dangers around here, so let's go on to Vane. I am afraid that quite a lot of EVE Online is actually waiting for a fight rather than being engaged in one. So I will cut this video down, I will cut parts out of it if it's too long. Well, we got ourselves a fight. And currently we're fighting a rupture. This probably isn't going to go well. Our drone sicked on him, and our blaster firing. But we've got a Jaguar on our arse, so that's probably not going to work very well. Yeah, we're going to lose this battle, but it's going to be fun. Well, we lost, but always remember to put GF in local, unless it wasn't a good fight. Oh, and look who's turned up, Milo. Gonna walk to a station, obviously. We do not want to leave our pod out here. We're back in the station. We lost a ship, but we can have a look at the kill mail and learn something from our defeat. The Rupture we were initially fighting wasn't actually doing very much damage to us because he was using medium autocannons. They don't have great tracking against frigates, so the result was that we were almost tanking the damage we were taking from the Rupture until the Jaguar showed up and finished us off. We can't actually see what the Jaguar was using due to a bug in the kill mail, but, you know, what can you do? Quite impressed, actually, with this fitting's tanking capability, because we could have tanked the Rupture pretty much indefinitely until our cap boosters run out, which is not something I would expect from a frigate. Obviously, it was helped by the fact that his guns weren't tracking us properly, but still, I was impressed. Total loss works out to about 2 million. It's actually what I paid for this ship, closer to 10 million because of a bad market system. But what can you do? I'm actually okay with losing 10 million because it was a fun fight. Fitting, I will definitely use again. Was interesting seeing how it worked. Didn't expect it to work so well, in fact, as I said. So, you know, for a first PvP outing, I'd say that went fairly well, except for the fact that I died, but I'm okay with that. Hopefully, next time we can actually kill something before we die horribly. That's pretty much it for this episode, then. I'm your host, Andreas Exirus. Not particularly good at talking on videos yet. Hope to get better at that as well. Hope you had fun. Peace out.